Okay, well, there's the box that's got to be my scope. From Pringle, Pennsylvania. From eBay. Another auction I won on eBay for another vintage scope. Newspaper. Ain't read a Pennsylvania newspaper in years. Get enough of it out of there to get something to... No. Oh, here we go again. Really got to sharpen this old fishing knife, a Rapala fishing knife. Bought when I was 16. That handle was real white, kind of blonde wood. You see it's hand rubbed to a golden now. And Robert Arrington of Do Me for Dinner fame was right. You can use this beveled edge like on a car window, or in this case on a glass table. To sharpen these knives, these thin bladed boning knives. Okay, anyway, I went right there. Down to about here is 800 grit. It's just starting to get a nice smooth shine on it and minimizing the pitting to where by the time I get up to 2500 grit you won't notice. Yeah, nice bit of bubble wrap I can save there. Got the original mounts there too. Oh, you did it again. Most likely won't be using the mounts though. Just get that darn thing to come out of there. I can really get these bags. But anyway, stand that up for you for a minute. Okay, there is 3 there. Goes like 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, etc. Until you get up to 6. It's a 3 to 6 variable. And boy, that's still really clear too. See if I can line it up for you. Well, anyway, it's a Plex reticle. In the 70s, when Weaver came up with it, they called it the Dual X. So, well, just to give it some scale. And this Rapala knife is the better part of a foot long. This thing is about 13 inches, I guess. That's pretty close. Between 12.5 and 13. The thing is, though, I'm pretty sure this is 7/8 diameter, because the other one over there, see if I can zoom in on it. The other one over here, I had some 1/8 inch thick spacers I got with these other see-through mounts that were made for those old pencil scopes. So I need to find some more spacers, or make some from some of the parts that go up in here on these things where they push together. Oops. Bounce back out again, sorry. A little, I can use the plastic. I got a whole bag full of plastic liners that go in here and clamp onto this thing when you shove these down over it to lock them in place. I might be able to make some spacers out of that. I don't know. Because I don't know about those. I really don't. That might not fit on that Winchester. Right there, the second one from the top. And that scope isn't. It's a center point 3 to 9 by 32, but it's not the mil dot one. The mil dot ones are one of the rifles over there, so I'll have to move some of them around so I get that mil dot version that was on the Guidehawk NP, so I can put the mil dot one on this one. And that scope there is going to go on the RWS 320M that's coming in. Did come in today. Well, boy, look at the shape that thing is in. It's beautiful. V22A, 3 to 6 by 18 millimeter. Nice and clear. It looks like new, and it's just, well, you can see when you look at the numbers here that it's been used and everything, but somebody at least took care of it. So when we get to it, we'll see if these old mounts work. That might be cool. So we'll tend to that after we get this barrel done. Doing the gun. When that 320M comes in, and oh, what the heck? Oh, something else. I can't remember what. Oh, a basket case 760 variant 5. I got the variant 4 up there. That's got the one Donnie Reed gave me. That's got that the other Weaver V22A scope on it I just showed you. That's a variant 4 from January 77. So from like 77 to 80 or so, I'm going to say more like 78 to 80. They made the variant 5, which is a little different. But it's still metal receiver and all that. So that should be coming in any day now. Alrighty. Let's just see if we can get this scope with the 70s Weaver mounts it came with to mount on that rail. I got to get a set of these in US standard, because on that 99 barrel I was posted for you guys to look at this morning and last night has it's bigger than 1.5 and smaller than 2 millimeters, so it's got to be like a standard size that roughly equals 18 millimeters. Oops. 4mm? I don't know, this seems pretty big. Yep, 4mm. And I thought this center point 3-9x32 was the one with the mil-dot reticle, and it isn't. I got that on another rifle. So I will have to go look at 760 rack over there. I might have put it on one of those. Oops. Set that over there. Nope. Well, I thought I looked at that one. This is the mil dot. The center point. 3 to 9x32. See if I can give you a look here. This camera doesn't see the way our eyes see. I don't know why that is. Okay, well, good. This is the scope that's going to go on the rifle. It's supposed to come in tomorrow, that RWS 320M. I don't think it stands for Meister shoes. It might just stand for like a modified barrel with the, you know, the barrel weight that looks on the end that looks like a suppressor, and it isn't. It's just the end of the barrel was machined a little bigger. Okay. And I save all these long bags too from scopes, and the bigger ones, the rifles are mailed in and stuff like that. I like to save that stuff. You never know when it's going to come in handy. Regular standard screw on that one. Try the 1/8 here. That will fit on there. Okay, let me. One on the back here, you have to cut off. The front one slides off, but you can't take it apart to get this one off. We put it on there when they assemble it. Okay. I had an extra set of these 1-inch Weaver Classic mounts put away. I think Kmart had these in 7/8 too, since they are Weaver Classic mounts for a Weaver Classic scope, which is 7/8 of an inch. So I'll report back when next time I go to Walmart, and I can see if they got the 7/8 inch size for these 18mm pencil scopes. Real nice too, where they're all smoothed down and everything. And it comes with its own hex key. I must have wrapped 5 rounds of tape around this scope. Not quite. Eighth of an inch thick, but somewhere thereabouts. Oh. and it's got thumb screws. The thing I noticed about these Weaver mounts, the old Weaver mounts that is, the screw missing on both of them that puts that gap together. Looks like they might have been stripped or something, so much for that. You can still turn it a little bit. You leave the screws this little. I just got enough tape on there. Too bad it wasn't black electrical tape. That would have been good. Okay, and I don't know why they make mounts like that anyway, because the one on the back you have to take a Dremel and cut it off, which is really kind of a shame. If you could find some screws to fit them things. The height on these old Weaver mounts is perfect. And oh, these Weaver Classics, by the way, are medium rise, mid rise, however you want to say it. But I can't just slide the back one on like I did the front. But anywho, even this scope is pretty short. Gotta loosen this one up. And this is the wide breech opening I was talking about here, because the scope rails stop here and start here again. That's about three and a half inches, which unfortunately is just like the real Winchester Model 70 Sporter. It was described since 1936 when it came out as an improved K98 Mauser. Of course, we all know the Mauser action's a really good one, so don't need to go on about that. The sun is just blinding me. It's light from outside is in my eyes. Okay, I got that clamped down. I gotta cut that one off. That's gonna interfere with the bolt travel. Anywho, this buttstock is too long. I could actually cut maybe half or 3/4 of an inch off the end there would be nice, because then the scope wouldn't have to come back so far. Could pull it in closer to you. And that's not even full size to a Winchester Model 70, you know. But that's the way the thing is. They copied that Model 70 Ranger a little too good, because it has the same problems with scope mounts and such. Okay, anyway. Oh, I forgot to get out my grease pencil. Okay. These things are really hard to find anywhere. The grease pencil with the paper wrapped around, you pull with this little string right there. Don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. Stormy Cleveland. Okay, anywho. Now that I got that marked about where to put the tape, we shall proceed to do just that. That's cloth tape like they use in the hospital. Only this stuff's better than that paper shit. This is actually woven. Okay, just enough. Take up the slack. Barber shears out of my oh, the kit, the electric shaver kit that you cut your hair with, but you can also use it on a rough beard. Thing needs to be sharpened. Oh dang, beard's like leg hair on a woman. You let her use your razor, and that thing's gonna come back to you like she shaved a wire brush with that son of a bitch. Dang gone. Okay, let's get the base clamped down where I want them. And these little tools that go in these things is better than, say, a Craftsman screwdriver, because they're made more precisely size-wise. But they actually have gunsmith tools like this with the little nut drivers and the screwdrivers of different kinds, etc. And they're made more exactly to fit snug on these screws and whatnot, so you don't mess it up. Okay. Now, feel your way around and get them screws started. Glad I had this other set of mounts. I got to buy these things. They're only like $6.97 a pair at Walmart. You got like high rise, mid rise, stuff like that. But I honestly think that they got this in 7/8 too. But I could have swore the last time I was in there I saw 7/8, because not all scope bodies even now are made to the same diameter, like 30 millimeter or 1 inch, but these pencil scopes are 7/8 or smaller. My other ones got shims from some see-through mounts that were ground real nice and smooth and had the most perfect bluing I ever saw in my life. Real thick bluing on them. Oops. Oh. Get that back in there. Oh, don't strip it. Oh, I can't get it just right. You know, where it's not where it's not super tight. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Oh my, doggone glands in my neck are starting to feel like something wrong. Someone needs to have them damn glands swell up on me again. Oh. Okay, see if I got it tight and straight, in which I do. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Well, that one gland on the right side of my neck, that thing's starting to hurt. Okay. Put that in there and we'll save that for later. But I need some shims to do the job right, because they're black and they fit, you know. I didn't think that. I thought that was Teflon tape. Here it turned out to be hospital tape. Teflon tape wouldn't be as wide as these and be more easily hidden. Got about another 1/8 of an inch of travel right here before this mount goes all the way up against that thing. But that scope is about 13 inches long, 14 to be better. I need to go back another 1/2 inch. That buttstock is just, I forget the grip, or I don't know, I forget what they call it. I can never remember when I want to tell you guys. But basically, the base trigger pull is too long. You need to take about 1 inch off that buttstock. That just sticks out way too far. Made for somebody that's over 6 foot with long arms. But you got that on there. I got to cut this to get it off of there, and that's just how that's going to have to be. I don't know why they make them things where you can't take the back one off. Anyway, it is 3 to 6 by 18 millimeter with what Weaver originally called a dual X reticle, but is now called a plex. Guess it went from dual X to duplex to plex, something like that. I don't like having that white tape on it, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. See if brownells.com has scope shims. You might be able to get away with 16th inch shims. So, you know, slip under there, and that might be enough. Well, the other two rifles got here by way of the USPS. About 130. And let's just see what we got here. Now this one is one of two. One of them you already saw. The Daisy Sears model 799. They sold those 2 years before Daisy was allowed to sell it for themselves as the 880. So their 880s would only logically go back to 1974. This is another one that a lot of us, you folks know who you are, were between Facebook, various Facebook groups, and GTA. Some people are more knowledgeable of such things than me. But the problem is with this one being unique makes it a little more difficult to nail down exactly what it is. Oh. Trying to get to where the fillet knife is used for cutting fish again. Small room, gotta throw it out of the way. So, second one from Eddie Lyons. Over 32 scope for pinpoint accuracy. Keep on dreaming. You better have good eyes. New TPR 1200. Oh, that's one that sort of looks like a Model 99 with an M16 grip on it. Anyway, that's not it. Let's move back in there. I'm going to run out of film by the time I get this going to be open. Too much tape. It's a lot of work to move around a crowded tube and all that's full of junk. Knife's full of tape. Cut down on the tape usage, you guys. You guys use 5 times more tape than you need. Huh. Okay. Look at that. That's just a dirty film on it. I thought it was like the 99 there, the Crossman. Had an equal amount of bluing and rust on the barrel. That's when it's done. You got to redo it. There's a set screw right there, so that's a suppressor. On the picture he passed me, it looked like the barrel was machined wide around the end. And there's the rear sight. Beautiful. Yep, it's broken from around here over to here, over to about there, and he put a screw in it to hold together, so I might have to take that apart and put put some Elmer's glue oil in there. Glue oil is different from the kind of white glue you use in school. That's a different chemical composition. So, I don't know if you can see that, but that's where it's cracked, right around the middle, across the middle of the grip, and towards the top of the grip by the trigger guard opening. That's a heavy fucker too. But why is there a rear sight, a suppressor, and no, wow, that's weird. Oh, well, anyway. Look at that. It's got RWS stamped right there. On this side, right here on the right side of the breech block, B320M137. Somebody's pretty good with an engraver bit and a Dremel, that's for sure. RWS 320M, caliber 4.5177, made in China. So that's basically the B, like an XS B20, made with the record trigger and everything, or record, or however you say it. The really good trigger from Germany. It's basically the Weihrauch or Weihrauch, whichever one you say. It looks like Weihrauch to me, but I hear everybody saying Weihrauch. Like we would pronounce the beer Weiss, but in Germany it's pronounced Weisse, like Visa with a long I. So it's an HW85/95. They copied those two into one rifle, and this thing just needs a little love. I am curious. So 177. Okay, I cocked it. Nice and tight. Oh, there's the safety button. That thing shoots good. I thought I was going to have to... You know, these old guns always got a paint splatter on the stock, or somebody's painting the room like some kind of white color. You ever notice that? Okay, well... But wow. Got a little bit of rust pitting there on the pump tube, gas tube, I don't know, piston tube. Barrel looks nice, it's just dull for some reason. I'll have to try rubbing that down some Earl. Oh, I'm sorry, here. Give you a whole look at it. The earlier models had this red and black rubber butt pad too, by the way, which this is. Later models were just black. Maybe black with a white spacer. Give you a little look-see there. Once you get it in hand, it looks pretty good, doesn't it? It shoots hard. It's not really rusty to speak of. That's nice. And but I'm definitely going to have to try to glue that stock back together if I can get enough of a, get the crack to open up enough, you know, like say about 1/8 of an inch or so, so I can get the glue to flow down in there and then screw it down tight again and Take a damp towel and wipe the glue off. Then we'll be all set. And here is the scope I'm going to put on it. Center point 3 to 9 by 32. And it's that German style mil-dot reticle, which is rather prophetic, seeing it's going on. The best copy in the world happens to be from China, but it's said to be the best copy of the HW 85 and 95. Chinese Viroc. Okay. Oh, and a fellow GTA member, Bill Sharp. Never mind where he's from. I better save that too. I got a $26.10. All the time it took for that dang thing. It had a tracking number here too. He never gave you the tracking number. Okay. Oh boy. This is going to be fun. Used duct tape. I buy packing tape. Okay, the camera's screwing up pretty bad a couple times in a row. Anyway, here are, here's the parts that came in a smaller box with that 760 May 76. That makes it a variant 5. And the hammer spring and all that, the parts on the end there. There's a bag over here with various little parts, and I hope the rest of it's in there. And there's that sticker that's usually on there. That's the front end where the lever goes on the forestock and the piston and all that. And that brass there, you can see is the exhaust valve out of the gas valve and hammer piston and everything there. And there's the part your bolt to the receiver has on the inside. Rear sight's pretty nice. About as much rust as bluing left. Front sight's pretty decent, but I'll redo that too. And you can see that's scratched up pretty bad. I'll have to strip it and repaint it. Oh, come on! The table's so small, I just got no place to put everything. It's all full. And there's the forestock. It's pretty good shape. There's the pump piston and the connecting rod. So basically it's all there. Well, that was a surprise, huh? 760 the receiver needs to be repainted, and re-blue the pump tube and the barrel, plus the sights and all that, all the screws. I polished and re-blue everything steel. And that RWS 320M, it's sold by a German company but made in China. But a very good copy of the HW8595. So I might even include some of my research in the description below, the links to the research, so that I can show you where I found it. I found pertinent information. It's said to be accurate, well built, and all this kind of stuff by people that owned them in the, let's see now, it was the older section of GTA, I believe. GateRadioAirguns.org. Real good site for those of you that like vintage rifles and what pistols and whatnot. They go all the way back to the turn of the 20th century, or maybe before. But yeah, I was real surprised that rifle's in as good a shape as it is. Wow. Just need to clean it up real good. Try using the degreaser, the cleaner degreaser on the barrel, and really see if I can get some of whatever's making it look so dull. But yeah, that doggone suppressor comes off of there. So if I could find somebody, Umarex supposedly owns them now. I just, they know if Diana didn't make it, it doesn't exist, and that's pretty much what they told me. Let me enlighten you people. You're what is the expression again? When you're not right. Oh yeah, wrong. Umarex sold guns made by other companies besides Diana. They just happen to market Diana as well. Some people just don't get that one, or they never knew about the other stuff. But I did, because I've been researching since I bought that darn thing a week ago Friday. Not bad for 20 bucks, huh? Well, 20 bucks plus shipping, that's $30, $34, something like that. That's still not bad. It was sold for $100 to $150 when it was new. Speaking of which, is there a date on that thing, perchance? It's in the back of something. I wish I could remember what they told me now. But it does have RWS stamped in right there, so we're good there. And this little rod sticking through here is the safety. Safety's off, and I guess when you cock it, it internally, you know, like the older Crossmans, like the 160 up here, it's got an automatic safety. That one from 55, 56, the 160 variant 1 was not only the first of its kind, but being a proper bolt action, but it also had automatic safety on one side where your thumb rests on the top of the grip. You get up. But yeah, this B320M 137. You could make a date out of that if I wanted to. It's above 12, you know. On the back there. And somebody sanded off right here, was standing on it. And sanded off part of the, where it says RWS 320M. I do not see a date on there at all. Windage and elevation screws. These stop holes are big. You got these little plugs that go in there. From what little I've seen. On the butt pad. Oh, that'd be nice. Oh, you gotta be kidding. That fits on there already. Oh, that'd be nice. The scope got a fit on there real good. This already opened up just enough to fit on there. So we'll have to get that mounted. I'm just surprised it looked all dingy like it. Well, the other three rifles in that picture were kind of nasty looking, although the Daisy Sears Model 799 didn't look as bad as the other two, which I've already got better examples of the 760 Revelation from Western Octo and 761 XL Power Master. That one was from March 76. So I basically got the rifles that were in the picture just better shape than these two looked in there that I bought from them. I'm surprised that thing, rubbed that thing with some oil, some rim oil a couple times, and they let it sit 24 hours before I wipe it down good, and like I did my son's 22 Optimus. That thing shoots hard. It's got a nice little kick to it for a 177. Oh, there's another one. I got conflicting information on that too, by the way, velocity wise, or FPS, feet per second, however you want to say it. One says 900, the other says 1,000. And my buddy Donnie at Baker Airguns told me that it was 1,000 feet per second. The way that thing kicks, I don't doubt it. Now, if I could use the 7.5 grain 177 H&N sniper lights, it's as I said 7.5 grain, and get it around 1,000 feet per second, that'd be good. Because the normal weight ones would be right around 925. That'd be good. Get all the power I can get behind a 14.66 like an H&N FTT 22 or something like that, or a 16.2 grain Hornet, or one of my particular favorites, the Gamma Hunter domed pellet. Real nice pellet too. 15.42 grain and 22 caliber. I got 7 tins of those. Those are nice. You owe it to yourself to at least try 1 tin of those Gamma Hunters. Domed pellets seem to work pretty good at all pellet guns though. You ever notice that? So, I was hoping you guys liked that one. It's a bit of a departure for me. That's as close as I've gotten so far to a German rifle. I lost the auction on the Diana 34 T01 though. It went over $175, $180, and with $36 shipping, I just couldn't afford to go that high. This started at 1 cent. And by the time I found it, for a friend telling me about it, about the auction on the gunbroker.com thing, it had already gone up to $86. So, what are you going to do? I'll get one sooner or later, maybe at tax time. I'll just try to find a really good antique one. This one had the grooves for the buttstock carved into the end of the buttstock rather than onto a separate butt pad or butt plate. The older, but I noticed a lot of the older European guns did that. I wouldn't personally, but that's what they do. So, that's it for this time. Good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll see you again. And here's a couple of shots after I rubbed it down real good with some Rem oil. It has that Teflon lube in it. Definitely cleaned up, but that barrel's going to need a lot of rubbing to make that look shiny again. I don't know what in the world made that dull, but it was like this black powdery stuff coming off of it.